Hey, time to work out. I know, maybe not your time. Can you hear music? My song. We're going to go ahead and teach you a few things, maybe, about how to stay in shape as we age. Believe it or not. So I'm going to leave you a little bit of music. Then I'm going to turn that off and let it go down. I'm going to do some little stretches and exercises for the shoulders, for the arms. The idea is to try to teach you how to do some of these so that you can get in shape. Okay? When you get older, I know you don't need to be in shape when you're young. So I'm hoping you can see. I may have to adjust the camera a little bit. Some of it's going to be on the ground. I don't know how much you'll be able to hear, but you'll be able to hear some of it. Most of it's watching it. What I'm going to be doing is some things called Wii Gong, W-I-I. And that's how we do breathing exercises, the diaphragm, and how we do isometrics. So we go ahead and use our muscles against each other to go ahead and build strength and coordination and balance. All these things that you really want to have when you get old so you don't fall down, break a hip, mess yourself up. Now, the triceps, one of the most important muscle groups. We're going to be focusing on that. Your shoulders, incredibly difficult to keep shoulders in good condition as you age. Right now I'm suffering an injury back over here, but your idea is to keep these all strong, so if you have to fall, like I did, they'll catch, okay? And a twitch muscle is a fast grabbing muscle, and then there's a strength muscle that's a much slower muscle for picking up more weight, okay? Now, I'm letting some people get on here. Hey, Susan. They're not letting anybody know this is going on usually, so we're not expecting many people. But in a moment, it's going to get quiet. And it's about paradise. This is your paradise. The vessel. You make this grounded, healthy, and I was in pain most of my life. I speak from experience. It doesn't have to be that way. So, as I go into this, I've got a mirror behind me. So you can go ahead and see, perhaps, the other view of the moves that we're going to try to do. So now, the music's over, and we're going to see how this works. I'm going to push this down a little, maybe. Come on, there we go. So you'll be able to see me better. Because some of the stuff we're going to do, I'll do up close. We're going to do a little stretch, of course. And you don't have to do it as much as I do it. You don't have to. If you can, go ahead. But simple things, when I do things, I space my feet generally shoulder width apart. And the goal is always to keep the body vertical. Not leaning to one side, leaning to the other side. You want to try to build the muscles up so the musculature holds your body erect. Because of my back being broken when I was a child, I have a distortion. I'm not sure you can see it, but in my thoracic, right in there, I'm broken in the middle. And so I have a bunch of bone spurs and things like that. And I had scoliosis for a long time. So it doesn't mean you can't get better. That's the point of all this. I'm going to show you that it is possible to get better. Now, I was fairly old, having to use I use a pain relief light. If you haven't used one, they're infrared. They work really good, 15-minute cycles. You can get it for about $50. I highly recommend them. So I was using that 3 times in the morning, every morning for my back. So I get out of bed and walk straight. I was 53 years old. 53. So now, when you bend over, normally touch your hands to the floor, you don't bend. What you do is only bend the middle. You got to learn to bend, and then keep bending. Now they say don't grab and pull, but I like to grab and just slightly pull. You know, bend. Don't keep the legs totally straight. Slight bend is okay, but not this stuff. What you're doing here is trying to go kiss your knees. See? And if you want, put your hands behind here so that you hug your knees. And if you can, go all the way around like that. So you get all the way back there. full pull. That kind of stretches out that lower back for you there a little bit. Now, I know a lot of you are not going to be able to do that. While you're down there, you can also try to turn a little bit one side or the other so that you can stretch those hips. Don't pull too hard. Don't hurt yourself. First time you try this, be very, very careful, or else you'll be bitching at me the next day. You're not a fantasy character, I am, so you can't do all the things I can, so don't try, please, till later on when you become a fantasy character. Now, so on this part here, there's also this, how wide can you stretch your feet? Because you want to go ahead and get this kind of stretched out. So your goal, and this is kind of show you goals, goal is to get the point wide, and then of course be able to drop down and do the splits. There you go. Okay. Now, I'm not real good at this, but you want to be able to get your legs in a straight line and then get your crotch all the way down the floor. And then be able to stand like this, go up, over. Now, if I was really good, you'd see my the crotch on the floor. It ain't that good. So this side, I'm not as good. I can't go all the way down the floor. Okay. So when you're down here, you can also do kind of slightly push up here. You can't put your head on the floor. That's a good thing. That stretches out. You'll feel that in here, trust me. You don't know you're doing it. So then you're going down, doing kind of a push-up. You do a one-arm push-up. You do a no-arm push-up. Be really careful on that no-arm push-up. If you're not ready for that one, you might not get up. So go down, use your arms. That way, stretch out those inner calves. Now, you can go like this, walk your way back up. You can go down to some squat exercises. Now, a squat exercise is to stretch out. So you want to go down. You just really just sit into that. Put your elbows underneath. Sit your knees into your elbows, into your armpits if you can. And pause like that for a minute. Oh, my knees, you're going to say is what you're going to say. I'm not saying that, but you might want to say that. Some people would. Now, that's not the hard one. Believe it or not. Why don't you stand up, stretch, oh yeah. Stretch, push your thumbs right here inside your hip, right above that hip. If you're not used to that, you might pass out. I don't recommend that. Make sure you don't have anything behind your head. One of the things you're going to want to do, and we'll get up to it in a second, but you're going to be doing these hips, same place for your thumbs. That thumb's going right in there. You'll feel it. It's a nice tender spot. And that way, you push forward, push around. That way you're pushing it all the way up and leaning back on your circles later on when you do hip circles. Okay, so hip circles are real important. You do a wider stance than your normal stance. So you probably put your feet comparable to your elbows. That way you go out and keep your balance. All that way around. All the way, that's how you're moving your leg all the way around, straighten the leg all the way around and back over. Okay. That stretches out this middle torso. Now, normally when I start, I don't do all this stuff. I'm just trying to show you some things you can hope to do later on. This is a fun one. You don't do anything but stand. You go like this. See this crotch like this? This is called the horse. It's got lots of different names. You're supposed to stand like this. Yeah? You can stand here like this with me. See, you just kind of crouch down a little bit. Yeah. And see, This way, while we're standing like this, with the legs in this nice position, you kind of have a slight bend. You're not bending all the way down when you're 90. You're just kind of a little less. You can go 90. That's really good. So you're 90, like you got a almost full turn. And you sit here and we chat. If you're with me right now and chatting, you might find this to be a little difficult. Yeah. They say you're supposed to be able to do this for 5 minutes. Now 5 minutes will seem like a long time when you're standing like this. Like it seems like a really long time. If you're doing it with me right now, in the morning, tomorrow, you're going to swear this is a long time already while you're watching me with me doing this. But we're not going to do it for too long right now. We're just showing you, right? Stand up again. Right. Right. Okay. This tummy muscle. What you want to do is be able to go ahead and build up your diaphragm using your breathing technique. You see, 75% of your body weight is supposed to be carried by your stomach muscles. If you don't, you'll be carried by your back. In my case, I'd be in pain all the time. I don't like being in pain all the time, so I'd rather be in good shape. Had I known that at 30 years old, I wouldn't have been in pain for the first 50 years of my life. But that aside. So what we're going to do is I want to show you real quick a breathing exercise. It's not one you're going to do normally when you're doing a workout because you're breathing too hard, but you want to learn how to breathe through your diaphragm. Down here, in the belly. In Korea, Dan Chen, you call it. The battery. And it's at the bottom of what we call your chakras, or your scalar wave production centers, if you want to use the scientific terms, between the magnetic side and the electrical side of the body that interact and create a frequency. And these different levels create different frequencies, and as you master them, then you're able to go ahead and generate enormous amounts of power. You know what I mean? So, battery, firing mechanisms, intellectualization, spiritualization, manifestation. Now, why am I teaching you this? Because to build pure salvage outposts, to build villages, whether it's your God that you're praying to, or the higher power that you are going to need from whatever source you want to call it, you're going to have to use this vehicle, this vessel, this bioelectrical computer that, when attached to the ground properly, is an amazing machine. Now, when it's not, when it's filled with a bunch of trash and garbage and dust and dirt in the middle of it, and it doesn't operate properly, well, then it's not such quite an amazing machine. So we're going to try to teach you, if you wish to learn, and anybody doesn't, get out of here, go troll someplace else. I'm not here for the people that don't want to do anything. So let's show you something else. Ready? Some of the things you can do later. I have a cute party trick. I'm going to show you the party trick. This is your goal, one of the goals. All right? This is called the lay on the floor potty trick. Hi, Cam. Cam Dooley. That sounds like a younger guy name. How old are you, Cam? Is that a woman? Oh, man, how do you know with a Cam these days? I don't know. Okay, anybody can try this one. Anybody can do it. I want you to get on here and say, hey, I did it, I did it, I did it. I can do what a 65-year-old man can do. Hey. Whew, whoopee. Oh. Okay, ready? Watch. All right, first thing you do, you got to lay on the floor. I don't know if you're able to see this. Ooh, I don't want to knock that mirror down. Maybe dearly bad. Okay. Uh-oh. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, my finger's all the way out there. I'm going to do it from the other way. Okay. Party trick. Ready? Fingers all the way out. Fingers touching, thumbs touching, toes down. Ready? Ready. Okay. Party trick is, how do you get up without touching anything but your hand and your feet? Ready? Hey, ho. All the way out. Up, up. There we go. Up and up and up and up. Ready? I know, you couldn't see probably. Well, anyway. So what you're doing is that you're doing it's called a Chinese push-up, a Chinese plank push-up. And so you gotta be able to do those. What that amounts to is you're sitting there with your hands all the way out in front of you to do your push-up. And you put your fingers down on fingertips to make it extra special. And then you're gonna go, ready? Yeah, okay, so these are your fingertip push-ups that you want to be able to do and talk so you can show off. to the young kids. Now, each of these little tricks just kind of demonstrate things that I thought, if you told me I was going to do it at this age, I'd say, yeah, you're crazy. Never ever happened. But it can. Some of the tricks, simple things for exercise, we're going to do now. This is balance and learning how to go ahead and be coordinated. Okay. Simple, simple. Starting with the feet. Normally in the morning on the routine, this is the way we start. Down here, balance. Rotating hand and foot. Then the other way. Woohoo! One way is going to be harder. Okay? Got it? Ideally 10 each way. Then the other foot. You're going to have one that's easier. Whoa! And then the other way. Okay. Got it? That's ankle. Bottom of your foot. You've already done some of these. Ups and downs. A little bit of stretch there. I did those earlier, but okay. Now, another one you're going to do, balance. At first, you'll start off just doing this. Down here. Your goal is to get up to here. Whoops. Balance. Same with both feet. So you're going to start doing these, both ways, I'm sorry. Up, 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 up. That's that foot. Then you do this one. Whoops. Get your balance. And then the other way. Okay. Now, to get your balance, by the way, focus on an object 3 or 5 foot in front of you. Pick something that you have there, a focus point. If you look at that, it's easier to keep your balance. If you start looking around, your head moves, oh, you can never do it. So, pick a point on the wall or in front of you. I usually pick one in front of me and below. And that's how you do that for the balance exercises. The rest of them, you want to have your eyes closed. Get used to operating in space without your eyes. Now, that was knees. Next, with the waist, we did that. I'm going to show you though. So we did the knees. Now we come up and do the waist. Oh yeah. And normally try to do at least 6. I'm going to speed this up. Here we go. Oh, 2. Oh. Okay. Got that? Good. It's a little hot in here. Now. Ready? Now we go into the upper body, per se. We start with the wrist, which I showed you. But on this one, instead of just doing your wrist down here, watch my head. So, my wrist and my head are going to be the same. Now, keep in mind, I got the same position all the time to balance. My vertical. A lot of people are crooked. You want to straighten your spine up and use your muscles. So, preferably a mirror if you have one available, so you can see yourself. To be sure you're doing proper form, which is more important than repetitions. 3 good ones in proper form is much better than 5 or 6 or 7 in lousy, lousy form. Don't go, okay, I bent over. Oh, that's 6. No, if you didn't do 1, or at least try and get that far. You didn't do it. Get out of here. Go play in somebody else's toy box. You're playing around. Take up space. Give it a try. Give it a try. All right. Now, next one. I always joke around with people. It's really what you can handle. So this one's simple. Watch my head, watch my hand. Both directions. Ready? That direction, other way. You'd be surprised how hard that can be. And you're going to hear your neck going snap, crackle, pop. Now the other one. Oh yeah. You feel like you got hydraulic pumps that are moving fluids, and they are. Lymph glands, fluids around the outer part of the brain, circulation, oxygen. That's what you want. It's moving it through your system as you move your head, where your vagus nerve goes through your neck right here, so you're relaxing those muscles, and that affects everything from your heart, blood pressure, everything through this vagus nerve right through your neck right there. And it really is important. And if you have a really stiff neck all the time and you don't do something about it, you ain't loving life. Ready? So that's the neck. Now, I normally don't go up to the neck. I'm going to do the arms next. So we didn't do all the arms. Here's the rest of the arms. Shoulders. Real important. To start with, real simple one. We're going to dial from that direction all the way to that direction using our arm. Like this, and slow, not fast. And you're going to hear a lot of you, like I did, snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies in there. It's called bursitis, rheumatitis, arthritis. All the itises are sitting up here in these shoulders, about 50 years old if you haven't done this. So, ready? First thing, off, over, 1, 2, 3. So I move each time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and all the way out of the back. All right. And the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you don't have any injuries to your shoulder, if you don't have any muscle problems or joint problems at the moment, they're just stiff, hurts, pain, but not serious, you can probably recover it doing these. I used to do 50 per arm per day, 4 days a week, until all the noises went away, until they worked again. Other arm, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want you to search that all the way through, because it's real important. There's so many positions in that shoulder that are critical. There you go. Okay. See that? That's a way of flexing your arm, your forearms, in that movement to help run tension up. What you're after is these guys. Ready? Yeah, those guys right there. Okay? All right. What you want them is how many there are. See? That's why you got to go so many angles. And then the back of the arm. See that? Yeah. So it takes a lot to connect all those. It really helps to do it in front of a mirror till you learn your physiology, if you don't know it already. It takes a while. Now, that's one for the shoulder. Next, show you 2 directions. One is this way. Might have showed you this already. All the way out, and circle, back. Now, normally I like to put that foot length, hold it, anchor it, put that one, anchor it, tighten up your buttocks, and then everything tight. Poof. Okay, all the way up to here. And so that way, with all this tight, flexed, then this hand over here, I push. Poof. And then fall, stretch. Yeah, oof. Relax. Breathe in through your nose. Belly, breathe in. Relax and breathe in. Flex. Relax. Flex. Relax. The bottom half of your body is tightening up as you pull in and releasing as you go out. Then come the other way. Tighten it up all the way to your buttocks. Ideally, you want to run that thumb under your armpit. Keep that elbow high that way. Okay, ready? Pocket it, holster it. Ooh. Loosen it back up a little bit. We have one coming to that next, but we're not there yet. Okay, ready? Same thing. This time, this anchor. I'm pushing a little bit here. My goal is to push, pull, push, relax at that end. This part relaxes, but that's tightening. The tight goes from there as it comes back in, back into here and down into here, into the ground. And then as you push out of the ground, back up through you, out there, so this relaxes. And then you grab that and you pull it, and then down, and then. So the breathing is the movement of ions, negative ions, into your body and out through the source you want to go through. This movement of energy in ion form is what everything works on. It's just invisible, like electricity. Prana, chi, wub is what it is in the book of Wibblering. Wub is wub. It's that energy you can move through you. And try to show somebody with that energy just how much you care and want to do and that you can possibly do. Because I believe you can do more if you tune up this wonderful machine and allow it to work like it's supposed to. It's a miracle. Didn't you ever say that about baby? Look at, it's a miracle. We don't stop being a miracle at 1 year old. I hope not at 66. I'm not there yet, but I'm close. So, I'm trying to be a miracle until the day I die. That's what God intended for all of us. You didn't stop being a miracle because you're not a baby. You're still your little baby in your arms. And keep treating yourself like a little baby, a little miracle. Because if you don't, who's going to believe in you? You're the mama and the papa of the little baby that you're holding in your arms, called a vessel. It's a gift. It lives. But if you don't treat it well and teach it well and take care of it, because it doesn't have a great mind, it's kind of a dumb little creature. But if you do take care of it, it's a good baby. Now, a couple more things. Ready? All right. I don't have a fan going because I don't want the noise, but you know what? I might think about that. All right, next time. Ready? I did the shoulders. Now, this is another shoulder exercise. And it actually is a movement of this part. It goes neck muscles and back muscles. So I'll kind of show you as I do a couple angles. All right, this one, anchor your feet, again, about hip apart, so you can anchor them down, tighten up your buttocks. Each time, this is tightening up for flexing. You relax, tighten, but you want the tight butt. Most people want a tight butt, excuse me. I'm not saying you, somebody wants a tight butt. Excuse me, this shouldn't get me banned. I'm just gonna take the top off. It's getting hot, guys. I'm sorry. Whew. All right. Now, this one here, what you're doing is, it's a shoulder exercise. So you're going over and under, and the idea is working all the muscles in the back and in the front. Okay, so I'll do this from this side. You can see it. It's a full circle, and you're reaching down to the earth and grabbing the earth and pulling the energy up through your body and over, and then pushing it back down. So, ready. Oh, and you're breathing. In. Ground. Try to breathe in through your nose. Always, always, always through your nose. And get the damn masks off. If you're breathing with a mask, doing this exercise with a mask, I want to sweep through there, slap you upside the head. Okay, ready. This typically would signify the end of a movement. Okay, shite. We had it on the other system. I pissed them off. I took my shirt off. All right, now. I just did that arm and did these movements, okay? Or did I? Okay, you know what they are. Now, there's another one. I gotta stay a little further back. This one takes you up off your toes. And I'll hit that bulb, okay. All right, gotta have a tall ceiling. Ready? This is a full movement. I come up with the energy out of the ground on toes, pick it all the way up, push it all the way up to the highest point I can in the sky, and bring it all the way down without bending my body. Go through, up, and down. And then when I go the other way, I'm going to pull the energy up. Okay, so ready? I'm going to do 4. And the other way. I forgot to start closing my eyes like I normally like to do. And it's a little hard to keep your balance. So I got to keep my eyes open so I don't screw up in front of everybody, right? Yeah. Ready? And then backwards. Now, each of these exercises, as you do them, the breathing technique that you see can change from workout to workout. In this case, what I'm doing is in through the nose, blowing out through the mouth. These are different pranayama breathing techniques, which I'm not going to try to give you the names on for a number of reasons. Amongst them, I don't know them all. My favorite is a pranayama 4-cycle that I do that's a breathe in, hold, exhale, hold, all in the same cycles. Now, you want to see one more set. This is a knockout. Oh, I'm a Cambrai woman in 58. Yay, 58, you're younger than me. All these kids, yay. Yeah, they did mess with me. I took my shirt off. It's back now, isn't it? They were messing. I had it hooked up with my internet, and they said it was a poor signal. Finally, now it's on the regular phone. Can you see me better? Okay. Now, I'm going to do this other one. This is very simple, but it's going to be hard, even though it looks simple. And there's several movements. The breathing techniques in each of these is important because each one does a different set of muscles and allows you to do all the back muscles that you normally wouldn't be able to get to, except you're going to use your body weight. Okay? Now, I'm not sure which way is going to be best. I'm going to try this so that you can see maybe with both the mirrors. Okay. This one we bend over in this nice crouch position I showed you earlier. Okay? And then we're going to bend like this. And these exercises will vary. Okay, so to start with, we start off like this, hands in front of us, palms together, elbows to our head. Take some nice breaths. Normally do 10 of those. Okay, and then there's one, right? You're gonna swim. Breaststroke. In, out. Okay, then reverse. You're gonna do 6 of those. Then you come down here and you're gonna do ups. Okay, then, it's been a while since I did these. I almost need to go back to my workout. Okay, these are one of the ones you're going to do is from here, from front. I'm forgetting one, darn it. I'm forgetting one. You try to end like this so you can rest. Take a few deep breaths. I know you're all saying, what do you mean rest, huh? You know, so you can dance like this. Enjoy yourself. Stretch. When you get done, do like this. Whoosh. Pick it up. Whoosh. Breathe it in. And then down. Okay, those breathing exercises allow you to go ahead and move that oxygen through. This gives you a nice balance. Now, don't you feel better? I gotta push this in all the time to feel look conspicuous, but it stays in pretty good. All right, now, how about I give you more now? Okay, that's going to be it for today. It's just a little morning get it together thing. Can we go ahead and build a saltwater pool? Yeah. And do the what? Yeah. Actually, you can do them in the pool till you don't need to anymore. You want the body weight. If you do this in the pool, those are going to be harder. The last ones I did in the pool because your head's going to be underwater. Yeah. But some things you can do. Dumbest tiny house thing I've not seen today. James, I'd love to see a picture of you, dude. I'll bet all 300 pounds of you must be incredible. Oh, truly, truly. Yeah, James, at 65. Come, show me. Show me, dumb guy. Not tiny house thing you've seen. Guess what, dummy? You didn't come to a tiny house site. It's called tiny houses. That's because I made tiny houses. Got world renowned for it, James. Then I retired from that. Yeah, do all sorts of things. Because dumbasses out there don't. Well, some of them don't appreciate it, but other ones, some of those people out there, they appreciate this. Mr. Welp, you take it easy. The rest of you, if you can do it, please join me. Trinity does this. Trinity does this a lot. Anyway, y'all take care. Have a good time.